I'm seriously so overstimulated trying to make this video. Like, I can't even express to you. But I wouldn't be so hard and steadfast in front of this fucking camera if God himself was not like, bitch, you need to fucking film this video. Okay, so first, okay. About like 3 months ago or so, it was September. It was after my birthday because my friend had left on my birthday to move out of my house, like September 17th or 18th. Around 2 months ago, I had this day. I'm gonna tell you about this day first, and then I'm gonna tell you about the dreams. So, real life. I woke up in the morning, and I was having one of those days where it's really foggy and I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. So I put on a podcast, as I do often. I'm sober from methamphetamines. I'm sober from methamphetamines since January 2018. So 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This year will be my 8th year sober. I was still basically a kid. When I was 17, when I was 16 and 17, I was homeless on the street with my ex. And 17 to 18, I decided to get sober. 18 and on, I became a dancer. I was a traveling dancer. I moved away. I moved to Los Angeles at 19. So when I got sober from amphetamines, right? And getting sober from amphetamines, just because you're sober today, like class 1 drugs, which also I'm gonna tell you, this is the same with cocaine. I was born, God blessed, with a brain that does not process cocaine the same way your brain does. So if I sit here and fucking blow a line, you and I will not be the same at the end. You're gonna be fucking tweaking and I'm gonna be tired and wanna go to bed. It's a very weird, like, brain chemical. The same thing with opiates. It does not mean that there's not a chemical reaction. It just doesn't mean that I produce the same stuff as you. So my brain is still getting fucked, just in a different way as everybody else's. So it still fried my brain cells just because I didn't feel it. But I got hooked to things that made me feel better. My anxiety was so high, I couldn't, 333 on the camera. My anxiety was so high that I couldn't even function without doing anything. By the way, which is why I smoke so much weed. So when I'm sober, I say I'm sober, I'm California sober, okay? I smoke the fucking weed, don't fucking judge me. I used to have holes in my skin from doing meth. You can actually see on my forehead, you see all those pit scars. That was from when I used to be a kid and I was picking in my skin because I had fucking boils coming out from doing drugs, dude. Like, I told it in the last video, go back and look, but the fucking drugs was a really big problem. So me getting sober now, even 10 years later, you'll have problems. And nobody talks about that. Like, you don't just get sober and then you're sober. You're sober and then you have, like, serious issues. Like, my mom, my adoptive mom is sober from heroin probably 30 plus years. 30 something years. She is in her 50s and she quit when she was 23. So 38 something years, almost 40 years, this lady's been sober from heroin. And about 2023, when I first moved to Michigan, I was having a really, really hard time functioning. Like, I would wake up in the morning and I would just sit there, even sober, no weed, nothing. Like, I would just sit there and I was unwell. Like I would sit there and I'd be like, and I would have an anxiety attack and I would crawl into the corner of my kitchen, but my house was really fucking dirty at the time. I used to do videos on cleaning my house because it was so, like, good. The before and afters were so fire that I still made content out of it. I was still having fun, but I was so stressed out I could not even freaking function, dude. And I called my mom and I was like, dude, what is wrong with me? And she said, look, honey, I've been sober for heroin for 40 almost years. I still have those days where I wake up and I don't know what to do without some drugs. And I'm not gonna do them, but I feel weird. She's like, that's what you're experiencing right now. And I just want to like make you aware of that. You're good. Get the fuck up. I love her. Oh my God, I love her. She's literally the best. She does not pity you if you don't need it. She's very loving, like will hold you, will let you cry, will let you talk if you need to talk. She'll just let you be a person if you need to be a person. But then she'll also cut your fucking bullshit. Bitch, no. You're not fucking, calm the fuck down. That's my mom. So we had one of those moments and I realized like, damn, like addiction runs really fucking deep. So I started putting on podcasts and I really got obsessed with Joe Dispenza. He has the meditation till you become, he was paralyzed, face down, meditated, and then is now up walking and actually has scientific studies on his type of meditation and what he does. And all of his meditations are posted online. You can do them. So I really got into meditating. And I used to meditate like 7 hours, like an hour per video, skipping work, phone on do not disturb, meditating. Like that shit was so fire. I don't think I've ever had so much clarity in my life to when I was there, because that's when I knew God is trying to talk to me, and there's a very big difference between God and wisdom. The universe and God are not the same fucking thing. And if anybody tries to come for me for this, I was a homeless bitch on drugs that did not believe in Jesus Christ. I grew up in the fucking church, refused the church, went through the street.
I also then became a millionaire and then like lost everything again. So like I have a pretty good understanding and opinion, and like now I'm like getting it back again. Like I feel it like coming back, and like I see the income coming in, and I'm like, okay, well, the only thing that this can relate to and have so many connections by, and like all this psychic shit, the only thing that is similar or the same or can give me instruction is the Bible and like Christ. That's so I don't know, that's just like my opinion.
And now I can tell you they're different. So I don't want to hear that that's what they tell you growing up, because no, bitch, this is my own understanding I have fucking come to know. So I'm going to tell you how I got that understanding. But then I started to want to get into coaching, actually. I'm going to get ash and like weed on this really good food, so I'm going to put it to the side. So I started getting into coaching. And because I moved to Michigan with this like level of understanding and spirituality and stuff that I was doing, people were starting to like my videos, and the girls would come up to me and be like, hey, I saw your spiritual bath. Like I'm running a spiritual bath today. And then I started like seeing a lot of tarot readings, and tarot readings online were like becoming really big, and they were always like telling me wrong things. And I started to just get stressed out. And I went through a big period in my life, which that's just gonna have to be its own video. That's not gonna be in this video. But I went through a lot that taught me the core of my being, like core of who I am as a person. Yo, they're always like flagging me for having my coochie out, even though my coochie's not out. They're always like saying she doesn't have pants on. So I'm trying to like make it so it looks like I have pants on in this video, but I'm not doing a very good job. Basically, I started really getting into coaching, and other people made me a coach. Like girls and other people came to me for advice so much that I started charging for it. Where was I at in this story? So about September, this preface is so long. About September-ish, I had a day where I turned on Leo Skepi's podcast.
Sometimes I just forget to add context, but I was talking about that because he does coaching videos and like how to be a coach. Okay.
And I gotta find the episode because he labels every episode like a number. So I can put the number like here. But he's talking about getting his dream life and his dream car and his dream stuff, right? He's talking about it way back then. And this day, I was cleaning my house and I hadn't done my dishes for probably like a month and a half. I did not like to do my dishes with... Shut the fuck up. I live in my dream house now, so I like to do my dishes. So let me tell you. So I'm doing my dishes, and Leo talks about how he tours this dream house that has these lion statues that he has, and it has all the furniture from his Amazon wish list and everything, and there's these vintage one-of-a-kind statues in the house, and it's all his colors that he wanted, and it's literally everything that he could ever dream of is this dream house that he has. And then he goes to his P.O. box after buying himself some champagne and saying, you know, congratulations to me for this house. I know that is what the universe is telling me. But Leo very much says that he does not believe in God. But in that video, he said God like 6 times.
And this was like pre-Leo reading the Bible, okay? This
like,
was September 2025.
Yeah, Leo. Yeah, like God. Like from how much that I have learned in my life from God, I know it's God. And I know that God wouldn't put someone like Leo in front of everybody without him being the person that needs to like be the one to be like some part of his mindset. There's something that is going to change the trajectory of human consciousness. That's why Leo, or anybody like Leo, like Joe Dispenza, Myron Golding, what is her name? Flora Sivos, anybody is put under a microscope, especially on Spotify podcasts.
Spotify's under the list of companies that fuck with artists and like take their energy and siphon, and if you know about that, it's not really that like witchcrafty, it's just like taking someone's earnings.
Because it's literally an algorithm, it's just human beings, and our consciousness would not be pulled to something that was not life-changing. And if you think about things like that, you can tell me you don't believe in the Bible, but every day you write that the year is 2025.
It is now 2026. I filmed this quite a while ago and I haven't posted it because I've just been going through life and this story has developed. So now I have like episodes on episodes that I'm posting now, but like, oh my God.
Which is based on the birth of Christ. So if you don't believe it, stop writing the fucking date. But then we're all arguing about the Bible.
When I say arguing about the Bible, I'm also talking about any holy words. Like, so in the, see, here we go. In the First Testament, the devil made people speak in different tongues so that they could not understand each other. So we have 5 major religions in the world that are celebrated, and they all teach the same thing. And it's being misinterpreted by how those people follow and like what their procedures are, because everyone is different. But something I learned like when I was getting into my spirituality, like meditating for 8 hours a day is fucking insane. And when I started talking to a therapist, they wanted to hospitalize me and study me for the level of depression that I have overcome and like my psych level. And like, that's not normal, and we're going to be taught that people who are not like us are not normal, and the way that they practice is not normal. But in Corinthians 7, actually, it's like 11, 12, something like that. It does not matter where that he was called, as long as he does service to God. And I know people that are called in many different religions, lifestyles, whatever, and they do way more service than the priest at my Catholic school church ever fucking did. So yeah. Anyways.
It's crazy to me. Okay. So anyways, I was like, yeah, God, tell Leo. Like, go tell him. Basically, like, praying for Leo. Also, like, I've gotten my dream car in my dream house a few times. So then my dilemma the past few months has really been like, what the fuck happened with my life? Because I was living my dream life, and then all of a sudden it just went meow. And I've just been living like in fucking hell the last few years, like literal hell, like actual, that if anybody has lived a hell, if I go to hell and it's worse than that, I would enjoy my life.
Sorry for so many freeze frames. I'm just like horrible at explaining things. But one of the things that also made me start reading my Bible is that when I was homeless and had nothing, I was not like miserable and sad. And when I had money, I was miserable and sad. So I was just trying to figure out like why. And then it's 2:22 on the clock right now on my clock, my spirit clock in the kitchen right behind me there. Like I'm editing facing it right now, so it's 2:22. And then it was also just paused at 2:22, which is like misalignment of energy. That's what 2:22 means basically in the Bible. That's what like the patterns show that it means, not actually energies and relationships, but it's like a misalignment of relationships. And my point of saying this is that the Bible says your hell will actually be the fact that you don't have love in your life. Like you can have everything and money and whatever, but if you don't have love, like that's, you will never have happiness and you'll never be fulfilled, which is Corinthians. That was like the first Bible thing that I was reading, that no matter how much money or whatever you think that you need to have monetarily, that you will not feel fulfilled without love in your life. And so I started prioritizing like love and relationships, and then people like would think I'm just like some broke girl after men, and it's like, no, like I've made money, it's like doesn't matter to me. Like I want to find my life partner and my soul besties, and who's gonna be the aunt to my children, and who am I gonna let around my family, and like, oh my God, so much more deeper than building a business. Like my business to me is the foundation for all of those relationships to be able to survive and have financial security. And my hell was actually just my friendships not being quality, and my family being fucked up, and like losing people to death and bad decisions. That was like the biggest hell for me, more than, I don't know, yeah. And then watching people be torn apart on my phone. The world is in a war of tearing people apart. That's just like war on humans, war on tearing relationships apart, war on turning people against each other, war with racism on anybody that does not agree with what you're feeling or thinking. And that is hell. That having to be in that war is hell. You are in hell, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you...
Mental hell, like actually the feeling of subscribing to anger is sucky. Like actually like letting something that makes you so angry consume you does not feel good. And anybody who says that it does is fucking lying to you. Being angry doesn't feel good. Okay, it just doesn't. And anybody who tells you that it feels good is not a happy person. They've never experienced true happiness. So anyways, moving on. Leo talks about getting this dream house, and he's like, and at the end of the video, he goes, and I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna put it out there, and maybe one of you guys knows what that means, okay? So then I go to work, and my friend calls me and tells me that she's getting married. And I'm like, wow, like this is a friend I've just always wanted to just call me and get this phone call that she is so happy and she's blessing, yada yada. Like I have wanted that for my whole life, like my whole existence. You know when you just love people and you can't unlove them and you will always love them and be concerned about their whereabouts? Like that's one of my friends, okay? Where I just love her so much all the time. I just know that her energy is like fucking 5-star. She's one of those people that changes lives, and that attention is on her for a reason, because she changes the trajectory of his existence. Like that's the type of person she is. So and I love her, and she calls me, and somebody who's changed my existence forever and has been one of more supportive to me than my parents, like in terms of I'll get you to and from where you need to go, like not even giving a fuck. Like that was my friend, like did not give, like thought of me at her level of how she thinks of herself. Where am I at and what am I doing? Where's my friend? What is she doing? Like, oh my God, I love that. I love that bitch. She calls me. We're talking outside. We're talking about New York. I get my hair done in New York. Decline Studios. Baby, Emily Envy, and Diana Klein. Greenwich. Oh, she's so good. This is literally like I didn't do anything. I just put some curls in it. And my hair just like does this whole thing that it does. I just feel so hot all the time. And I love New York. And we're talking about maybe we should go visit New York together. So I'm like, hey, I gotta go. I'm gonna go back inside. And I go inside, and who but is in my club but a girl from New York saying, hey, I come to work and I'm just here for a night. I'm not a dancer anymore here in Michigan. I've just come because my family has a little thing going on and everyone's sleeping in the Airbnb and I didn't want to wake anybody up and I thought I just might see if they would let me work a night. So for her to come in the club randomly on a Tuesday night was so like, this girl knows what she's talking about. She knows that she can come in here and make money, and I respect that. I respect anybody who will walk into a place and be like, hey, can you hire me for one night? I'm working. Because I used to do that for a living. I used to travel the whole United States and walk into places and be like, hey, I'm working tonight. Can you hire me? And they'd be like, yeah. And you have to go audition. You have to go learn everybody's names, get everybody's information and contact information. You gotta make a new email, Facebook, whatever. Like, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And the fact that she went in and was like, hey, I can do that. What do you need me to do? I really respect her. Also, she bought her outfit and her shoes. Like, she bought everything on the spot. You know you're gonna make some money. Like, you know within yourself that you're good at what you do. And our club is not a club where you can do back rooms or anything like that. It's all out in the open in front of everybody. So she's not selling Coachy. So this bitch really making some money. Okay, so she walks by and I'm like, hey, I just heard that you're talking about New York. I was talking about New York outside. We should get each other's info. And she's like, yeah. So at 12:12, she comes up to me at 12:12. She's not a doctor, but she's in the medical industry. She works on your teeth. She's a dental assistant. She's that girl. Like, she's smart. And I have been starting my Baddie card, which is a group where it's women who have businesses or women who are doing things, women in STEM. Literally, if you're a woman and you're achieving something, hello, welcome to Baddie card. And it is just a group of women, and we're going to meet regularly so that you can talk about what you're doing and get support from other women and also talk to other women in your field, because I do a lot of little things but I'm not an expert at anything, and I have a lot of people that ask me questions and ask me for advice all the time. So I created a network so that everybody can reach out to everybody, and we're gonna start an app where all the women that use it actually get a stock. You get a part of it and you get to actually own it. You're an owner of your Baddie card. And that way, if you start using our social media, we'll start to own the social media. It'll be a really cool thing. That's how Tesla became number one, is that they created an app and they created Tesla and everyone was behind it and got a stock. So if you're using your social media every day, you should own it. And that's what I started. And I've been talking about doing this. I've been taking coding classes. Like, I've really been on a freaking computer making an app somewhere, guys. And this girl is literally a baddie. And so then we're talking, and this guy asked me to go up for a dance. I grab him, and we're walking towards the dance booth, and we see her. And I'm like, do you want to do a double? And he goes, yeah, bring her. And this guy gives us 333. I almost ashed in the sushi. He gives us 333 each. 333.
Important preface about, okay, when you're dancing with somebody, everybody has different ways to make money with customers, but the way that I make money with customers is talking to people and telling them about what I do. and asking about what they do, and like, but like in like a getting excited way, like, oh my god, that's so cool, me too. I do the same thing. I go there, yada yada. And it's like a way of like connecting with somebody without like actually connecting with. I know it sounds so fucked up, but I'm giving you guys stripper ass for game. You can do this. It's like a sales thing. It's like I'm connecting with you, and I do genuinely like get excited about stuff, but I'm doing it to distract you from the fact that you're trying to grab my tits, and I'm gonna be like no instead, and then I trail off the conversation, and then you feel like you had a fun time with a baddie and I didn't get sexually assaulted. Okay. And for everyone that's like, she's a manipulator, okay, opposite perspective. Men will do the same thing, but then they're trying to get into your pants when they're like, haha, that's so funny. So I do it to get into men's wallets the way that they did it to me. It's my little get back. So to do this in an ethical way, I talk to people about the knowledge that I have about body alignments, and I'll ask them about their pain and then tell them what I know about healing that on my own for myself or my clients that have had things happen to them. And so I kind of like theoreticize healing with them and like let them know like, hey, maybe it could be this, maybe it could be this. Would you want to look at this? And he was so interested in what I was doing, and I did my little hand trick where I grab somebody's hand and I give them the pressure point, where it messes with your stomach and makes your stomach muscles all relaxed, and it makes you feel really relaxed. And I did it to him, and he looked at me and he's like, oh my god, you got to do this for us right now.
And then he asked me to give her alignment, and both of us would get 3333. And so he sends her the 3333. And with me, my Cash App isn't working. My Venmo stops working. His Venmo stops working. All the credit cards stop working. And we literally don't know what to do at this point. We're like, fuck, dude, like, fuck. And then I was like, I can just go. She's like, no. I was like, I can just leave. Like, you guys can enjoy your dance. And she's like, no, you're staying. She said, I don't like that idea. I love this bitch. And she tells me to stay. And this man ends up wire transferring me 3333. Now,
with this wire transfer, it was counted as verified income, and I was able to use it to get said car and house. I have other income, but it just wasn't counted as income that you can like use to apply for things. It has to be a wire transfer or continued payments to a certain account that I didn't have.
I do not encourage you to get into the strip club because of this. This will not happen to you. God literally has had so many bad things happen to me sexually before I became an adult that now this is my fucking reparations. If you weren't raped as a fucking child, do not go do it to yourself as an adult. That's all I have to say. Okay, now back to the stripper story, to the stripper lore. This guy sends me the money, and I'm on the way home, and she calls me, and I pull up to this donut place. And this place, I only go and get donuts when I have lucky nights. And it opens like 4 a.m, like right after, like it's my only donut place. They also have this franchise of donuts in Los Angeles. And across the street from all my apartments, there was Yum Yum Donuts. Okay? And my friend who was moving out of my house, who had moved out of my house, and we had gotten into the disagreement right before all of this going on. She used to stay at my house and have dreams with me. Like, she would be dreaming, and then I would see her in the dream. She would walk away, and I would walk to where she was, and I would experience the same thing but different. I would experience the same thing but different. And so one of the dreams that we have that I will never forget is that she walked, it was the first time that we ever did that. It was maybe the second night that she spent the night at my house. She's sleeping on my couch. I come out, she goes, dude, I was just dreaming about donuts. And I was like, with pink and white frosting and rainbow sprinkles? And she's like, Yeah. She goes, I walked up and they didn't look good. I walked away from them. And I was like, I walked up and I was like, those donuts look so good. And I bought them. And she was like, that's so weird. Like, what a weird dream. And I was like, I don't know what it means, but it means something. She goes, it means we dream together. And I was like, why would we dream together if it did not mean anything? And that was the beginning of my friend thinking I'm crazy because I forever held on to that dream. Okay? But after this night, I had been to this place here. I found that they had a Yum Yum Donuts here. The night after I won a hand pay at the casino, which I never gamble. I randomly went and somebody told me, they're like, hey, go pull that Wheel of Fortune. And I won like $700 and I took it to the blackjack and the first card I got was a blackjack. And I took the money, I flipped it to like $1,500 or something, and then I went home. The second time I went to Yum Yum Donuts, I won a hand pay on Cleopatra, and it was like $2,500. And I told everybody before I sat down at the machine, I said, watch what God does for me. 1, 2, 3, and on the third thing, I won a hand pay and walked out the fucking casino. And I have not gambled since. I took that money and I left. So I was on the way home, went to Yum Yum Donuts. I was like, that's my place. So then this day, I'm like, gonna go to Yum Yum Donuts. I'm eating the Yum Yum Donuts. I'm sitting in the parking lot, and across the street, I see the signpost for the street that it's on. And it's on Champagne Street. And the lady whose name it was Tanner. And the Yum Yum Donuts is outside of a Tanner's salon. So when we were in the room, because like it's not inside a room, it's just like a booth. We had nothing to talk about, and this guy got the fucking hour of me like giving her a massage. And she's just sitting there, and like I could tell that she was like knew what she was doing, so she didn't want to make it a sexual moment. Because if you sit there and interest somebody, like it's like, honestly, this is so bad, but like drunk men are very much like toddlers. Like the toddler wants the candy. But if you get them interested on how to bake, you can have them bake fake cakes without giving them a slice of cake. We're with this man, toddler. See the flashbacks I'm getting? We're with the toddler. And we're showing him all this stuff, like on our phones. And she goes, let's go through her social media. And she goes to my social media and she's like hyping me up, like Baddie card, talking about my pageants and stuff, talking about like, oh, she's fit, like she does videos, like just looked at all of my stuff and was really happy for me and excited. And I was like, oh, I love her so much. And then I'm like, let's go through your Instagram. And she goes, I don't really post that much on Instagram, but her phone camera videos. And she shows us a video of her fishing. Fish. And she's holding the fish like this. And it's a yellow fish with a green stripe. Okay? Now, Tanner's salon, the lady at Tanner on the fucking front has a yellow surfboard with a green stripe down the middle, just like this. On Champagne Street. The day that Skepi is talking about this. And I'm like, I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. And I called her and I said, would you promote my Baddie card? Would you talk about my stuff? And she was like, yeah, dude, I totally would. And that meant more than anything to me, that a woman that I just met, that I like, has now spent hours with me and time with me, wants to support something that I do. I'm so thankful for her. Like wow. Like I'm just having a fucking elated week. Okay? Then it goes like 2 weeks. I don't hear from her, but we have each other's phone numbers. And she sends me a text. She said, hey, I'm going to be coming soon. And I go recently on Thanksgiving. I was invited over to this man's house. And I go to the bathroom, and there are those lion statues in his bathroom. And I sit down to take a shit. And I go on my phone, and who but the fuck is reading the Bible but Skepi? And now this week on Thanksgiving, this night, the day before, my car breaks down. Okay? I'm pulling in to the rug cleaning place because I know my car is gonna break down and I need to put all of these things that I've put into my car to run the errands. I need to run the errands. So I go and I'm pulling into this rug cleaning place because I've had my rugs in my car for a year. It's so dumb. My like real fur rugs have been in my car for a year just chilling, and I need to take them to get cleaned. So I finally take them to get cleaned, and I accidentally pull into the freaking Jeep dealership. I pull into the dealership on accident instead of getting my rugs cleaned. And I pull all the way around to the back because there's no way to get out. Like once you pull in, then you have to roll through the dealership and look at all their cars to get out. I get your sales tactic, okay? I pull around and I pull all the way around back. And in the back, there's this green Charger, like this fucking gorgeous Charger. The same car that I have, but the colors of my logo. I've seen this car. I was looking for cars in this color. I was looking for this car about like 6 months ago. I was like, if I don't get my Porsche, I'm gonna get just another speeder racer. Like I like a fast sedan, 2 to 4 door, probably 4 door because I gotta put stuff in my car all the time. I'm a girl. And I'll probably need like a nicer engine and maybe the leather seats because my dog, okay? And this guy lights up the lights as I look at this car. It blinks at me, it goes beep, beep. And I roll down the window immediately. I said, "Are you selling the car?" And he goes, "No, we just bought it. And it just came back from being approved for service and we could put it on the lot. I'm putting it on the lot right now. It's not even on our website." I said, "What?" I'm just gonna park and I'm gonna come in and talk to you about it, okay? And I park and I came in and I had them appraise my Charger right there. And then he goes, "So you ready to pull the trigger, sweetheart?" And I was like, "No, I just want to see." And I left. And they thought I was bullshitting. They actually didn't even put my name into the system. They thought I was so fucking bullshitting. And then I went into the dealership across the street. I looked at a few things. I looked online. And I really realized I don't have my tax receipts from the past 3 years. I've been slowly paying off my taxes, but I owed a lot. If you watch my last video, I made a lot of fucking money and was 19 years old and had no idea what the fuck I was doing, and it fucked me. And they're fucking auditing me, and I have to pay it all, and I'm getting it together because I'm that girl. I'm gonna figure it out. But holy fuck. I've actually been like scared for my life every single day. I wake up that like something that I have is gonna get like possessed, and like I haven't been able to buy property. Like it's been a whole fucking thing, okay? So I've been going through it mentally. I've been feeling like a failure. I'm like fucking, I've done all this and I'm like still at zero, and like all the people that I know are like doing better than me, and like it's not a competition, but like I should be growing with my friends and I can't grow with them because I have other things I have to do like monetarily, and it's just frustrating. I want to grow with the rest of the fucking people. I want to grow with my friend group. I don't want to feel like fucking left behind. Like every anxiety, right, that would come to you when you make a lot of money and then you can't, there's no point, you lose it all, okay? It was a hard time for me mentally, first world fucking problems. But anyways, Leo Skepi, reading the Bible, Thanksgiving.
So on Thanksgiving, day before, my car, I started to go run and get Thanksgiving groceries, and I hear it go, and I was like, oh yeah, this bitch is done. Like, I'm not making it through my errands today. The exhaust was going into the car, so you had to open the car windows, and like I was like passing out from the exhaust sickness. I went to the hospital from the exhaust sickness, like breathing it in. I forgot because I was like irritated and stressed out, and then I got my menstrual cycle, so you like don't think clearly, and I went to the hospital. So this car had to freaking go, like gotta go, and I take it to this place. I try to fix it. They tell me it's not fixable, and so I take it to the dealership, and I'm like, take my car, take it. And they're like, okay, we'll take the car. Let's see if we can get you approved. And they run this thing, and they look at all my credentials, which was 0. And the dealership owner comes out to me to shake my hand, and he goes, what is your name? I was like, my name's Sabrina. And he goes, I don't understand how you got approved for this car. And I know that you're gonna like pay it off and like get everything together, but like, God must fucking love you, because this car is not even on the market yet. It is $10,000 discounted on what I was gonna put it out for, because it's limited edition. It has all these extra things, and it's only been owned by one owner, and it was only repossessed because they weren't paying the thing. So if you would like to have this car, that would be insane if you got it just because you wanted it. And I looked at him and I was like, that's the God I fucking serve. And they come out and they go, you have been approved for this car. And they take my car. Mind you, I don't have a title for sale for my other car. So technically I could not with any other dealership trade it in. But somehow they knew my mom's old boss. And they sold him his first Charger. And they were so happy to give me my Charger that they were going to make it happen no matter what, just because I talked about the God that I serve is fucking Jesus Christ. And I'm not saying like, oh, you should just talk about God, but they could just see that like I'm talking about my business the whole time I'm sitting there. I'm telling people about this alignment therapy that I do and what I'm building and what it's taking. I need this car. Like I need my freaking car and why I need my car. And it was like, it's just God putting me with the right people of all dealerships in Michigan where my car could have broken down and where I could have moved to and yada yada. And I'm not going to tell you the location of the dealership, but like it's like right down the street from one of my first houses here, which was right down the street from the first place that I ever went when I landed off of DTW and I went into Detroit. I went to this one place, and it's across the street from my first house that I ended up getting 2 years later, which was down the street from this car. And I don't know if it's like where the energy lines cross or what it is, but it's just like so beyond me of getting this car and beyond anybody, and everybody is just like, bitch, what? And I'm like, I know, me too. And every month when I pay the freaking payment for it, and like it's like no problem for me to pay this payment, and like I'm able to pay double on my car and everything. I'm just like, wow, I am so blessed. Like I'm so freaking blessed, dude. And I can't even explain to you. And then watching Leo talk about all this, you see why I'm connecting it with Leo. You have to watch the video. I'm gonna link it below.
I wake up the next day. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no, okay, so I wake up the next morning and I have this dream that like me and my friend Britt, who brought me to my first like celebrity club opening, like fucking Drake and Chris Brown and G-Eazy, and like everybody was there, and Chris Brown invited us to his after party, and like fucking Drake's booth was next to the guy that I was in his music video. It was like a whole fucking thing. It was very fun. We were like, oh my god, like we're celebrities. I had dreams about this night multiple times.
Real night, but we had dreams about it before it happened. Okay.
There's different things I've had dreams about this night. But one thing in particular that I've had dreams and thoughts and everything about, we dream about this club like all the time together, all three of us. And in this dream on Thanksgiving, I am waking up, like it's like the end of the night, and I was on the couch in the club, like almost asleep. And we're walking out and everyone's clearing up, like the lights are on. They're like, everybody get out, everybody get out. You know, like when the club is over and like they turn the lights on, they're like, everybody get the fuck out. So we're walking, we're leaving the club, and I was like, dude, that fucking Leo Skepi dude was in my dream again. And Leo turns around in my dream, he's got like a black hoodie like over his head, and he takes his hoodie off and he turns around and he's like, me? And I was like, ah!
My ADHD is so bad at telling stories, but okay, now we're back to me and this girl from New York at the strip club.
Okay, this girl Tanner, while we're going through her phone.
Mind you, because we were trying to distract the man-child with fun things.
Guess what they called with me last week? On Friday. It's her and Leo Skepi in a picture, and she shows us in this private room. She goes, and we're all like, oh my God. I was like, bitch, you do not know what that means to me. You have no idea. So here's what it means. I'm supposed to read you the Bible. Because this is what I do with my friends. This is my thing. This is my niche. This is my, like, point of the friend group. Like, my guy friends call me and will be like, hey, can you read me that part of the Bible that you were talking about? Tell my friend. Tell my friend. They'll, like, hand him the phone. So I'm going to go get my Bible, and I'm going to read it to you. I actually got ready to do another video, but I had dreams about Leo Skepi reading the Bible. Dreams. There you go. There's the chills. It's happening. Oh. My fucking hand is infected right now. But I literally had dreams. And I had visions. And I had people come to me about it. And I wanted to start with I'm a stripper. I'm a stripper that didn't believe in God. And not only was I a stripper that didn't believe in God, but I actually went to Catholic school growing up for money. Just for, like, the purpose of a good education and not actually to be a Catholic. And I walked out of every single fucking chapel. I said, you cannot make me. You cannot force a religion into me. You can't tell me how to live my life. Jesus came to this earth, this man came to this earth to tell us that the relationship between how you treat other people and what you believe in yourself either makes you sick or makes you healthy. It either makes you hurt other people or it makes you help them. It's very basic. It's very basic. So if you go through a life, much like mine, where you experience every single fucking thing that could literally break you, like literally every single thing, like I should be a serial killer. I should have been the kid that came up in the school with the fucking AK. Like I should have been that kid, okay? I should have been that person that turned into a serial killer. If you look at my fucking life, if you look at everything that I've been through, I should have been the person that turned into a murderer. And instead, I turned into somebody who will not let things break them. And I want to, I've been trying to do like a coaching thing, right? And I turned it into a women's group because I've been reading my Bible and like my Bible says like you're not there to just tell everybody and you're the absolute truth. It's helping each other find like God in themselves and in their community. So that's what I've been doing. But like, I'm not really been like talking openly. Like if you hear me talk and if you come to one of my meetings or if like you've talked to me.
I meant to say that you know it's my passion, but like I got so distracted.
I feel like I've lost track. To understand you should believe in Jesus Christ, you need to understand what Jesus Christ is. So
it's taken me so long to edit, like literally months to edit, okay? But then now my friend and I last night on April 17th, we're just talking about, I was telling her a story which is now relevant to this, which I didn't, not that I didn't know the story because I always knew it, but like I had a teacher relate this to money biblically, and I feel like this is more prevalent than what I had said in the video before. So Jesus in his first thing when he went and got Paul in Matthew, they were fishing for money. Like they fish to eat, to feed the village, to work, you sell the fish, yada yada. And they weren't catching any fish, so it was causing poverty in all ways. Not just that they were hungry, but that they didn't have any money because currency was already a thing at this time. So Jesus tells them to go fish for people. Go fish for good people around you and bring them to watch and witness this fucking miracle I'm about to have. Bring them to show them what I'm about to do for you. And so they go and get the people, and then they go and try to cast the net, and there's all these fish, and it feeds the whole village, and also makes them rich. They don't talk about that in the Bible, but it does give them money. It puts money in their pockets and their families. So correlating this to business, you should be owning your own business and wanting to make money and not be embarrassed about it, because money, like, every time I had money, I gave it away because I didn't, like, think that I deserved it. And I was like, oh, somebody else has less than me, so I should give it to them. And I should pay for things that they cannot afford, and I should yada yada because I have it and they don't. And, like, no, God has given me that wealth to then go find, like, tell other people that God gave it to me and bring them back and watch me do it again. We should all be creating businesses. We should all be creating wealth and then showing other people how to do it and doing it again uncapped. Like, we should not be hiding those secrets, charging for those secrets. The wealth will take care of itself. I'm not saying, like, don't charge for courses, but, like, giving out free information, helping people until they can pay for something that then will come back to you. Like, they will always come back to you because you helped them. And, like, not everybody, but enough to sustain you, and the other people don't matter. You know what I mean?
So Jesus came to the earth and he told everybody, I am God.
I am in Hebrew is, like, another way to say God. And if you think about it, back then, everybody's speaking in different tongues and different languages, and they come from different areas, so they have different slang. So they're just trying to tell each other things. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing, and what I am demonstrating is trying to show you how God works. That's what Jesus was saying when he's saying, I am God. That's what the whole point of it is. Manifestation. I am, you know? And you can tell people, this is how God works, this is how God works, but I've literally experienced it and then been like, why? And then gone to the Bible and read the Bible and been like, oh, bitch.
You are me. We are one. It sounds all woo-woo, bippity-boppity-boo, I fucking created you. No. Okay? Think of a manifestation board. You're gonna put, for example, my dream house, my dream car, and my dream phone, keys, wallet, bank account number. Okay? Phone, keys, wallet, house. Phone, keys, wallet, house. You're gonna have your dream 4 things, and you put a picture of every single thing that you want. Okay, that is the first step of creation. He thought it was good in the first book. So then he, like, thought it was good and then made it. When you think things that are good, you can make them. That's creation. And I wanted to go into reading my Bible with you guys. Actually, I'm gonna go grab it because I was trying to read yesterday and, like, do this video. And my phone, I literally had to go buy a new phone, guys. This is the new iPhone 17 because I could not get this video out. It is frustrating me so much. So I thought we should do a mukbang and read our Bible, because this is what I do on the phone with my besties, actually, like my guy friends and my girlfriends both. Like, if anything's going wrong in our life, we sit and we mukbang and we read the fucking Bible. And I think it's time that we sit and mukbang and read the Bible. Honestly, my phone has to charge, but I'll be back.